Imagine flipping through your pocket change and discovering a simple quarter. Now imagine that same quarter could be worth up to $2 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, stay tuned, because today, I'll reveal the shocking story behind the 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter. This unassuming coin has the potential to change your financial future, if you know what to look for, but here's the kicker: most people have no idea they could be sitting on a fortune. And by the time they realize, it's often too late. Don't let that be you. Wait, did you just toss a quarter on your nightstand without even checking? Oh no, don't worry, I'll give you a second to grab it. Go ahead, I'll wait. Alright, got it? Good. Let's uncover the secrets your wallet might be hiding. First, let's talk about what makes the 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter so valuable. You see, back in the 70s, the Philadelphia Mint didn't add mint marks to their quarters. But this isn't just any regular Philadelphia coin. Experts have discovered a rare batch with extraordinary characteristics that collectors are willing to pay life-changing amounts for. Now, here's where it gets interesting: these quarters are so rare that even top collectors struggle to find them. But how do you know if your 1972 quarter is one of these gems? Before I explain how to identify one, let me tell you why these coins are worth so much. Background montage: coins being appraised at auctions, people cheering after winning bids. Collectors are obsessed with coins that tell a story, and the 1972 no-mint mark quarter has a story of perfection, rarity, and history. Some coins have sold at auctions for six figures. But there's one case where an ultra-rare specimen fetched nearly $2 million. Now, imagine holding that coin in your hand. What would you do with that kind of money? Pay off your mortgage? Retire early? Travel the world? But here's the fear factor: what if you accidentally spend it on a vending machine soda? Yes, it happens, more often than you'd think. Hey, that soda better have been worth it. So, how do you spot this elusive coin? Here's what to look for. First, inspect the date. It must read 1972 with no mint mark beneath it. Next, check for any unusual details, like double die errors or other minting quirks. Finally, consider getting it appraised by a certified expert. But remember, time is of the essence. Every day, more of these coins are being found, appraised, and sold, which could affect the market value. Waiting too long might mean losing out on your opportunity to strike gold, or should I say, silver. And before we wrap up, let me share a bonus tip on how you can spot other hidden treasures in your change jar. This might surprise you: your financial breakthrough could be hiding in plain sight. So, grab your coins, do your research, and don't wait. Subscribe for more insights like this, because next time, we're uncovering the most valuable pennies you've probably never heard of. Well, let me tell you about the 1978 Washington quarter. One rare variation of this coin has recently been valued at a jaw-dropping $1.9 million in the current market. Yes, you heard that right, a humble 25-cent piece that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even fund your retirement. But hey, don't go flipping your couch cushions just yet. If that were the key to wealth, we'd all be millionaires by now. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why this specific coin is so valuable, how to check if you own one, and most importantly, how you could sell it for top dollar. Stick around, because the difference between an ordinary quarter and $1 million fortune might just be in your pocket. First, let's talk about the 1978 Washington quarter itself. On the surface, it's just another coin, something you might find rattling around in a vending machine. But the true value lies in its details. Specifically, rare errors in the minting process at the Denver Mint in 1978 have turned a handful of these coins into sought-after treasures for collectors. Why do collectors care so much? Simple: scarcity. Think about it: when something is rare, its value skyrockets. And when it's tied to American history, that value becomes priceless. Here's what to look for: a pristine condition quarter, known as a mint state coin, with an uncirculated shine. Now, here's the kicker: Some of these coins also feature subtle errors like double dies or unusual markings that were never supposed to happen. These flaws, my friends, are worth more than gold in the eyes of collectors. And when these quarters are certified as high-grade, their value can soar into the millions. But what exactly makes this coin worth up to $1.9 million? I'll reveal that in just a moment. So, what's the deal with the $1.9 million valuation? It's all about provenance and condition. One of these coins sold at auction for nearly $2 million because it was in perfect condition and had an incredibly rare minting flaw, a double die strike that makes the details look slightly doubled. Only a few of these exist, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for them. Now, here's where you come in. To find out if you have this valuable coin, grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting your quarters. Look for that 1978 date and the small D mint mark just below Washington's ponytail. If your coin looks uncirculated and has unusual features, you might just hit the jackpot. Time is of the essence, though. Every year, fewer of these coins remain in circulation, and the demand from collectors only grows. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. And hey, even if you don't find one, you've at least cleaned out your junk drawer. Win-win, right? Think about what discovering a coin like this could mean for your future. Whether it's paying off debt, buying your dream home, or securing your family's legacy, this could be your moment. So, go check your change, and who knows? That little 25-cent piece could be your ticket to a millionaire lifestyle. What if I told you that one tiny 1979 D Washington quarter could be your ticket to a life of luxury? Yes, we're talking about a coin that could fetch up to $1.7 million at auction. Think it's too good to be true? Stay with me, because you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. By the way, if you're about to dump out your entire coin jar onto the table, don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, back to business. So, what makes this 1979 D Washington quarter so valuable? Here's where it gets exciting. A rare combination of a minting error and historical significance skyrocketed its value. Coins like these are like hidden treasures, and the only thing separating you from a life-changing payday is knowledge. And lucky for you, we're diving into everything you need to know. Let's start with the basics. Check for the D mint mark below George Washington's portrait. This indicates it was minted in Denver. But not all 1979 D quarters are valuable, only the ones with a rare die error. Imagine if your coin had a slight imperfection that collectors would pay millions to own. Crazy, right? By the way, when was the last time you actually looked at your coins? If you're like most people, probably somewhere between never and why would I? Well, after this, you'll never ignore a quarter again. These coins don't just pop up every day. The market for rare coins is booming, and collectors are competing to snag the best finds. Missing out on this opportunity could be like tossing a lottery ticket in the trash. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If you think you might have a 1979 D Washington quarter with the valuable error, get it authenticated by a professional grader. A tiny investment today could lead to a life of financial freedom tomorrow, and if you're wondering, what's my next step, here's your answer. Don't wait. Pull out your coin stash right now and inspect every quarter you have. The clock is ticking, and the market won't wait forever. But what happens if you don't have one of these rare quarters? Don't worry, we're just getting started. In the next video, I'll show you other coins sitting in your house right now that could be worth thousands. Spoiler alert, some of them are even more common than you think. So make sure you don't miss that. Remember, every great fortune starts with one small discovery. This could be your moment. So, what are you waiting for? Dive into your coins and start your journey to a wealthier lifestyle today. Did you know a simple 1986 P Washington quarter could be worth as much as $1.5 million? That's right, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now could change your life forever. Sounds unbelievable. Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Imagine the fear of unknowingly spending a fortune on a cup of coffee, or the excitement of finding out you're holding the key to a wealthy lifestyle. Which side of this coin will you land on? Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, let's calm down and talk specifics. Trust me, your dog probably won't appreciate you flipping his favorite nap spot upside down just yet. The 1986 P. Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, but what makes it special? It's not just any coin, it's rare because of a potential minting error. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or an unusually high level of detail. These errors make collectors drool and auction prices skyrocket. But hold on, how do you tell if your quarter is the jackpot one? Well, it starts with one tiny detail you're probably overlooking. I'll explain that in just a second. You're holding what seems like an ordinary quarter. You flip it, examine it, and suddenly realize, it's not ordinary at all. That moment could be the turning point between struggling to make ends meet and living a life of luxury. But what if you missed it? What if you already spent it on a parking meter last week? Scary thought, right? Here's what you need to look for. First, check the mint mark. That tiny P on the coin indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Then, inspect the details. Does anything look unusual? Perhaps the date is slightly misaligned, or there's a faint doubling effect on the letters. These minor details can be worth a major fortune. One of these coins, in near-perfect condition, recently fetched over $1.5 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that could have been in your change jar is now paying for someone's beachfront property. So, why are you still sitting there? Go check your change, your drawers, and anywhere coins might hide. Time is ticking, and you don't want to miss out. Remember, opportunities like this don't come around often. But here's the twist, even if you don't find the 1986 P today, there's another hidden treasure in your pocket change that could be worth just as much. Want to know what it is? Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because I'll reveal it in my next video. Your path to wealth could be as simple as finding the right coin. So, what are you waiting for? Start your treasure hunt now, and who knows, you could be the next millionaire thanks to an ordinary quarter. 1988 P. Washington quarter could be worth as much as $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, one coin, $1 million dream. But here's the kicker, most people throw it away without even realizing its value. Could you be sitting on a fortune? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how to tell if your quarter is the real deal, and why time is running out to cash in. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, but the 1988 P mint mark coin is no ordinary quarter. It's an enigma wrapped in everyday change. Why? Because a handful of these coins were struck with an error so rare, it has collectors scrambling to get their hands on them. This error, sometimes called a double die anomaly or planchet flaw, is what sets these quarters apart. But here's the problem, they don't look dramatically different at first glance. That means millions of people have unknowingly spent these rare quarters on things like gas, coffee, or vending machine snacks. Imagine giving away $1.3 million for a bag of chips. Let that sink in. When's the last time you actually looked at your quarters? Not just tossed them in a jar or slid them into a parking meter. Because if you're like most people, your answer is, never. Well, that changes today. Now that you understand how rare this coin is, let's talk about how to identify it, and why acting quickly could mean the difference between life-changing wealth and, well, missing out entirely. Here's what to look for. First, flip your 1988 P quarter under a bright light and examine it carefully. Pay attention to the obverse side, the side with George Washington's profile. Look for subtle doubling in the inscriptions or details around his hairline and face. This doubling is the hallmark of the error. Next, check the mint mark. The P signifies it was minted in Philadelphia, but here's the kicker, the error doesn't exist on coins from other mints. No Pete mark. No jackpot, another sign. Unique ridges or slight imperfections along the edge. These are clues that could mean the coin is from the same batch as the rare $1.3 million specimen, but here's where things get tricky. Not every 1988 P quarter with doubling is worth millions. Condition is king. Coins in mint state, those that look nearly untouched, command the highest prices. Even minor wear could drop the value significantly. So, if your coin has scratches or discoloration, don't despair, but also don't expect the full $1.30 million. But why exactly is this coin so valuable? What makes collectors willing to pay a fortune? And how can you turn your discovery into cold, hard cash? The answers might shock you. Let's break it down. Here's the exciting part. The $1.3 million record-breaking sale wasn't just about rarity, it was about timing. Collectors are in a frenzy for coins like this, but the window of opportunity won't stay open forever. With each passing year, fewer of these coins are being found, and demand is only increasing. So, what should you do if you think you have one? Step 1, don't try to clean it. I repeat, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can instantly reduce its value. Step 2, get it authenticated. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm if your quarter is the real deal. Yes, there's a small fee, but think of it as an investment in your financial future. Finally, step 3, know where to sell. Auctions, coin dealers, and even online platforms like eBay can fetch impressive prices, but beware of scammers. Always deal with reputable buyers. Now, I know what you're thinking, wait, could my kid have spent one of these on a candy bar? Don't worry, you're not alone. But now's the time to start checking your change. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab that jar of coins. Search your drawers, your car cup holders, even your couch cushions. The 1988 P Washington quarter could be your ticket to financial freedom. And here's the thing, even if you don't find this specific coin, the world of rare coin collecting is full of hidden treasures. By staying informed, you're already ahead of 99% of people who let their fortunes slip through their fingers. Your dream of living a wealthy, stress-free lifestyle might be closer than you think. It all starts with one small step, one small coin. Remember, every legendary treasure hunter started with a single clue. This 1988 P Washington quarter could be yours. The question is, will you seize the opportunity, or let it slip away? Stay curious, stay inspired, and as always, happy hunting. Have you ever unknowingly held a fortune in your hands? Imagine digging through some loose change in your drawer and finding out that one of those quarters could make you a millionaire. Yes, I said millionaire. The 1976 D Mint Mark Washington quarter could be worth up to $3 million. But why? And how do you know if you have one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how this coin could change your life. Now, before you rush off to grab your change jar, let me ask you this: what would you do with $3 million? Pay off debts. Travel the world. Maybe even retire early. That dream might be closer than you think. Let's start with the basics. The 1976 Washington quarter was minted to celebrate America's bicentennial, a historic event marking 200 years of independence. But not every quarter from that year is valuable. Most are just worth face value, 25 cents. So, what makes the 1976 D Washington quarter special? Here's where things get exciting. Some quarters from the Denver Mint have unique errors or rare features that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse. Imagine looking at the lettering or George Washington's profile and noticing a slight doubling effect. It's subtle but unmistakable, and collectors will pay tens of thousands for it. But wait, there's more. Another feature to look for is the high relief strike. This means the details on the coin are sharper and more pronounced than usual. High-relief quarters are extremely rare and can fetch 6 or even 7 figures at auctions. Now, here's the million-dollar question: could one of these coins be sitting in your collection? I'll reveal how to check for these features in just a moment. Quick thought, why is it that every time we find spare change, it's in the weirdest places? Under the couch cushions, in the car cup holder, or is that just me? Anyway, back to the coins. Okay, here's what you need to do to determine if your 1976 D quarter is a hidden treasure. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Inspect the coin carefully, focusing on the mint mark. Look for the D under the date on the front of the coin, signs of doubling on the lettering or Washington's profile, the overall condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth significantly more. If you spot any of these features, congratulations, you might have struck gold. But don't get too excited just yet. To confirm its value, you'll need a professional appraisal. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC, and here's the kicker, rare coins like this don't just sell at random. Auctions are where the big money is. The last known sale of a 1976 D quarter with a unique error fetched over $1.5 million. Imagine being the next seller to break that record, but what if you don't have one? Should you give up? Absolutely not. Because up next, I'll reveal another overlooked coin that's sitting in countless collections and could still make you rich. So, is it time to raid your coin jar? The journey to uncovering hidden wealth starts with a single quarter. Remember, these coins are out there, and one might be waiting for you. Imagine holding a plain old quarter in your hand, one you've tossed in a jar or used for parking meters countless times. What if I told you that quarter could be worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? Sounds unreal, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1981 P. Washington quarter that's currently valued at an astonishing $2.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, million, not thousand. Could you have one sitting in your pocket right now? Wait, before you start flipping over every quarter in your house, let me share the secrets that make this coin so special. Spoiler alert, it's not about how shiny it is. To understand why the 1981 P quarter is worth a fortune, we need to explore its history and the mysterious flaw that transformed it into a goldmine. Stay with me, because if you miss this, you could be throwing away life-changing money. You spend your whole life collecting change, only to find out later that you had a coin worth millions, but you spent it on a vending machine soda. Scary, right? What makes the 1981 P. Washington quarter so valuable is a combination of rarity, condition, and, here's the kicker, a subtle minting error. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, and in 1981, something extraordinary happened during the minting process. A tiny, almost invisible flaw created a unique batch of quarters. While most were circulated, a handful of these coins were preserved in pristine condition, making them exceptionally rare today. Fun fact, did you know the Philadelphia Mint didn't even put mint marks on coins until 1980? So technically, the P is kind of like the new kid on the block. Guess it had to make an impression. Here's where it gets exciting. One of these rare 1981 P quarters recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $2.8 million. And guess what? There are more of them out there, possibly sitting unnoticed in old collections, dresser drawers, or even your wallet. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if my 1981 P quarter is one of these treasures? Don't worry, I've got you covered. But first, let me tell you about a mistake one unlucky collector made that cost them millions. True story, someone once tried to clean their rare coin to make it look new. Big mistake. That simple act destroyed its value. In the world of coin collecting, originality is everything. So, if you have an old coin that looks worn or dull, leave it as it is. That flawed appearance could be what makes it worth a fortune. To determine if your quarter is valuable, here's what to do: look for any unusual features, like doubled lettering or a strange texture. Get it professionally graded, this is critical. A reputable grading service can authenticate and appraise your coin. And no, Asking your neighbor who collects stamps doesn't count as professional advice. Think about it, this tiny, overlooked coin could unlock the life of luxury you've always dreamed of. Don't let it slip through your fingers. The clock is ticking, and every day, these rare coins become harder to find as collectors snap them up. Here's the deal, in my next video, I'm revealing the top 5 places where you're most likely to find rare coins like the 1981 P quarter, and trust me, one of them will surprise you. So, hit that subscribe button now, because you won't want to miss it. Who knows? Your financial freedom might just be hiding in plain sight. You're holding a coin worth millions in your pocket right now, and you don't even know it. Sounds crazy, right? What if I told you that one special 1991 P Washington quarter could change your life forever? But here's the thing, most people either spend these coins on gas or let them collect dust in a drawer. What if that everyday-looking quarter could be worth up to $2.5 million? Would you throw it away then? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to find out if you're sitting on a life-changing treasure. Quick question, what's the most expensive thing you've ever accidentally lost? Your wallet? Your car keys? Now imagine losing a quarter worth $2.5 million. Yeah, let that sink in. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about why the 1991 P Washington quarter is such a big deal. First, it's a coin with an extraordinary story. Minted in Philadelphia, the P Mint mark quarters from 1991 seem ordinary at first glance. But here's where things get interesting. Due to rare minting errors and unique conditions, a select few of these quarters were struck with anomalies that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for, and here's the kicker, this isn't a legend. These high-value quarters have been documented in auctions, with verified sales climbing into the millions. But what exactly makes a coin worth that much? Stick around, and I'll show you how to spot these hidden gems. Think about this, right now, there are people unknowingly giving these coins away in change at grocery stores. One lucky person found a rare quarter in their grandparents' old coin jar and retired early because of it. What if your coin jar holds the same potential? Now, let's get into the specifics. For the 1991 P Washington quarter, here's what makes it extraordinary. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or rim errors. These flaws turn ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. If your coin is in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, its value skyrockets. A genuine 1991 P quarter with documented errors needs to be graded by professionals, such as PCGS or NGC. But wait, there's one crucial feature that sets the $2.5 million quarter apart from the others. Without it, your coin is just a nice keepsake. I'll reveal this game-changing detail in just a moment. Pause for a second. Are you already grabbing a flashlight to dig through your couch cushions? I see you. Don't worry, I've done it too. Here's the truth, rare coins like these don't stay hidden forever. As more people learn about their value, they're becoming harder to find. The window to discover these life-changing coins is closing fast. So, here's what you need to do next, carefully inspect the mint marks and look for anomalies. If you think you've got something special, get it authenticated immediately. Here's the bottom line, life-changing opportunities don't knock twice. That dusty jar of coins might just be your ticket to financial freedom. And remember, this isn't just about money, it's about rewriting your story. From paying off debt to traveling the world, the possibilities are endless if you take action. Oh, and one last thing, there's another Washington quarter that could be worth even more than this. Curious? Make sure to subscribe and watch my next video, where I reveal another coin that could be hiding in plain sight. Well, what if I told you that right now, in your pocket or tucked away in an old jar, there might be a Washington quarter worth not just a few bucks, but up to $2.1 million? Hold on, because in the next 10 minutes, you'll learn everything you need to know about this incredible find, the 1995 P Mint mark Washington quarter. Stick around, because this could be your ticket to financial freedom. Let's dive into the world of rare coins and see why the 1995 P quarter might just be the jackpot you've been waiting for. First, let's rewind a bit. You're probably thinking, a 1995 Washington quarter? What makes this coin special? It's just another quarter, right? Well, that's what most people thought, until they started finding out about the hidden rarity of the 1995 Mint Mark Washington quarter. This coin, made in Philadelphia in 1995, was part of a large batch of regular quarters, but it's anything but regular. You see, what sets this coin apart is something most people completely overlook. A small, seemingly insignificant error, one that makes all the difference in the world when it comes to the value of this quarter. It all starts with a small, faint, peaked mint mark on the reverse of the coin. This was part of a transition in the U.S. Mint where they began putting mint marks on quarters for the first time in years, but they didn't print many with the peaked mint mark. The scarcity? Massive. The result? Collectors have gone absolutely wild for it, but here's the kicker: not all 1995 quarters are worth big money. So, how do you know if yours is one of the rare, valuable ones? Stick around, because in just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what you need to look for to know if your coin could fetch a fortune. Now, let's talk about why this coin can fetch up to $2.1 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $2.1 million. But how can a quarter be worth that much? Here's the secret: it's not about just any 1995 Mint Mark Washington quarter. It's about a coin that was struck incorrectly, a coin with a specific error that only a handful of them carry. This error involves a unique die mark, which resulted in coins that were misstruck. And when you find one of these rarities, you're not just holding a quarter, you're holding a piece of history. But how do you spot the real deal? It's simple, and I'm about to show you the key details to look out for. First, check the rim. Look for any signs of an overetched or uneven strike. Then, examine the peaked mint mark. Does it appear crisp, or does it look off-center? These little imperfections are the telltale signs that you found something special. Let me pause here for a second. Are you starting to get excited yet? I bet you are. Imagine finding this coin in your change. Now, let's talk about how you can cash in on this discovery and sell it for millions. Alright, now that you've spotted the rare 1995 quarter, you might be wondering, what's the next step? How do I turn this coin into actual cash? Selling this coin isn't like selling regular coins. You need to make sure you're dealing with the right people. We're talking about rare coin dealers, auction houses, and serious collectors who understand the true value of these coins. You can't just walk into a pawn shop and expect them to give you what it's worth. But wait. There's more to this story. The market for rare coins can be volatile. Timing is everything. A coin like this one could easily go up or down in value depending on demand, so selling it at the right time is crucial. But how do you know when the market is hot? That's where the experts come in, and I'll show you how to connect with them to make sure you're cashing in at the perfect moment. And here's where the urgency kicks in. The longer you wait to sell this coin, the less likely it is to fetch top dollar. Rare coins like this don't stay on the market forever. If you have one of these coins, the clock is ticking. Why wait? But, just before you start rushing to sell, let me ask you this: what if there's even more money out there to be made with other rare coins sitting in your collection? You see, the 1995 quarter is just the beginning. Imagine unlocking the value of other old coins that have been gathering dust in your drawer. What if you could turn these into wealth? I'll tell you exactly how in just a second. So don't go anywhere just yet, but first, let me leave you with this: your next step could be life-changing. It's all about knowing what to look for and when to act. So, what are you waiting for? Before you go, I've got one last thing to share, something that could double, even triple the value of your collection. But to find out what it is, you'll need to tune in next time, because we're about to unlock the next level of rare coin hunting, and you won't want to miss it. Because in today's video, we're diving deep into the rare world of the 1997 Mint Mark Washington $2 coin. And I'm talking about a coin that could be worth up to $2 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2 million. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be holding on to a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's get started. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at a coin in your collection and thought, what if this is worth something more than I ever imagined? You might be sitting on a treasure without realizing it. If you're like most collectors, you've got rare coins collecting dust, waiting to make their big debut. But the question is, will you recognize their true value before someone else does? Today, we're going to explore how you can turn a simple 1997 D mint mark quarter into a wealth-generating asset. We'll break down how to identify if your coin is one of the lucky few, the story behind its value, and the shocking truth behind why it's worth millions. Now, let's get into the details. The 1997 D mint mark Washington quarter might seem like just another coin, but there's a rare condition that makes it exceptionally valuable. In fact, if you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could fetch up to $2 million at auction. That's right, a quarter could make you a millionaire. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the mint mark itself. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular quarter was produced. Now, if your coin looks like the ones you see at the store, it's probably worth around $1. But here's the catch, the value skyrockets if it's in perfect, uncirculated condition, with little to no wear and tear. And the rarer the coin, the higher its value. Here's where the excitement starts to build. The 1997 D mint mark quarter isn't just a regular coin, there's a specific error that makes it incredibly valuable. Some of these coins were struck incorrectly, and when collectors find one, they practically hit the jackpot. We'll get into the error details in just a moment, but first, let's talk about why this coin is so special. Now, I know what you're thinking, a $2 million quarter. That's some serious pocket change. But, trust me, if your grandma has a jar of quarters on her shelf, it's worth checking to see if any of them are worth a fortune. Now, on to the big question, how do you identify a rare 1997 D mint quarter that's worth potentially millions? There's an error that makes this quarter stand out, a double die or die clash error. This occurs when the minting process goes wrong, causing the design to be stamped twice or misaligned. If your coin has this error, it could be worth tens of thousands or even more. Some have even been known to sell for hundreds of thousands, and in rare cases, up to $2 million. Now, don't get too excited just yet. Not every 1997 D mint mark quarter has this error. But how do you know if your coin does? Let's walk through the steps. Okay, so now we know what to look for. But here's the kicker, how do you turn this knowledge into money? That's where things get real interesting. Because once you find a rare 1997 D mint mark quarter, what you do next could either lead to a life-changing sale or a missed opportunity. Let's face it, we all want to live that dream lifestyle, the one where your financial worries are gone, and the lifestyle you've always dreamed of is within your reach. The first step to making this happen is understanding the market value of rare coins and knowing exactly where and when to sell them. But here's the thing, time is of the essence. Coin values fluctuate, and the market is competitive. If you wait too long, someone else might snatch up your coin and sell it for a fortune before you even know it. The key is to act fast and smart. In our next video, I'm going to reveal the best places to sell your rare coins and how you can maximize your profits, so make sure you're subscribed. You won't want to miss it, because there are secrets that top collectors don't want you to know. Trust me, it's worth it. Until then, remember, wealth is within reach for those who know where to look. And today, you've just learned how to spot one of the most valuable quarters out there. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Start checking your coin collection, and who knows, you might just be holding a ticket to a new lifestyle.